Sorry about that.
Thank you, Jennifer. Mr. McDowell, you're finishing off tonight.
Okay, so as we've all heard in the news, we are talking about AR-15s and bump stocks and passing hysteria legislation, lightning fast legislation without bringing all parties together. Law enforcement officers are not as interested in knocking on doors
You need to move
Alan.
the mic to.
as the sheriff in Florida says. Some have provided warnings and concerns for their life with the new legislation that we passed. We have a need in this country for proper testing that addresses the challenges fairly without the cognitive biases that we've seen that are related to some of the cognitive biases and witch hunting seen in Germany during the 30s and 40s. The civil commitment court system today is completely fraudulent, costs an absurd amount of money, and only supports corporate interests over accuracy by injecting iatrogenic diseases for insurance fraud. First, we need to change law enforcement reporting procedures to accurate, objective, and logical-based reporting standards. CIT leads the civilian based on cognitive bias. It's not an accurate procedure for incident reporting. The chief stated in a meeting that CIT wasn't designed to accurately report. This city needs an accurate reporting system rather than a cognitive bias, hearsay, insurance fraud reporting system that puts more than 20,000 people on iatrogenic death row. Physically beating an individual in Providence and injecting them with dangerous drugs that induce memory loss and mental illness is the definition of cruel and unusual punishment that drive individuals to insanity and death, and in violation of the 8th Amendment of the Constitution. So I'm still working on my project, and I'm making it very difficult to get to my website. You got to be pretty cognitively aware because, you know, I don't want to be responsible for every individual that's dangerous on the street getting in and then using it against the doctors. But I'm making it a lot more difficult to ever get my designs in the future, and I'll lock down my proprietary information and make sure that everybody signs proper consent to, and there's fines and penalties for using any of my products wrong. So I don't want to be responsible for a bunch of school shootings because people manipulated the doctors or anything. And so it's not going to be easy to get into my website in the future. You got to be cognitively aware and able to comprehend information in contracts. Thanks.
Thank you. I just had an email come across, so we'll finish with this tonight, which is over 70% of vehicle prowlings in the city of Spokane are because people leave their doors unlocked, or they leave something out in their car that looks like it's valuable. So 70%, just so lock your doors. Have a good night.